Hey, this is Jake from Jake's Board Reviews, and today we're giving our review. It's not a first impressions, because this is a set of fins by Futures, known in the Legacy series, in the neutral template. This is a Legacy neutral series F6 fins. So Futures Legacy F6 fins, to sum it up. And we're going to open up and have a look at it. So, I've actually written this template. I'm just going to put this fin down for a moment, take the other two fins out. Yes, it's a very smooth process, I must say. One more fin. Where are you hiding? Okay, in there. Let's talk about the fins. It's a neutral template. The rake is, it's somewhere in between a pivot fin and a rake fin. So that's what a neutral template is in the Futures range and in most fin ranges. When you're on the wave, it generates its own speed. So I believe the F6 means it's got a ride number of roughly, so the ride number says 7 to 4, but this particular fin as an F6, so the ride number, the lower the ride number, the better and bigger waves it goes. So this is F6, so that's kind of like a all-round template. So like this can go in waves from like 1 to 5 foot, 1 to 6 if you're if it suits you in those wave ranges. So what's good about the F6 neutrals in the Legacy series is that when you're riding them and you put them in a board to test, like so this is your starting fin for a board, for example, for say, you get a very natural feeling from the board without having to rake it up with, say, for example, like AM's a DHD fin template or like a more raked back template. So because of its neutral template, it doesn't go too far in rake, but it has enough rake to kind of give you a mix between hold and pivot. So in Futures you have this, so you have like the pivot series, the rake series, and the neutral series. And what they do is, so rakes obviously to draw out your turns more. And if you're a surfer that pushes hard on your rail, like so you really dig in your rail. So Mick Fanning, for example, rides a more raked fin template, and it also works for a lot of guys on the tour because they want to push their surfing. Because what happens, the more rake you have on the fin, the more force you put into your turn, the more it squirts with speed after the turn. So that's also, I've personally found I've actually liked it, also because it gives me added control and maneuverability when I need it most. So I can time my sections and improves my pocket surfing. But what the neutral set does is that for guys that aren't pro surfers, like me and many others who watch this channel, is it actually allows for more fun without having to push too hard to get, like, say, for example, you have a high performance board and you do a turn, and it, like, you feel it doesn't, like, give you that speed. So if you push hard on rail, so you do, like, a rounder turn, like, the rake fin really helps. So point breaks, like, when it's going down the line, rake fins are awesome, but on a beach break that's kind of fast and pretty down the line, it's good to have a fin template that's more of a neutral template where you can whip the board around, but you can also mix a bit of whippier surfing and rounder surfing. What the F6 Legacy series fin does well is it's a great starter fin. It's pretty reliable in what it does. Also, I'd like to mention, so the back fin of it, this is the back fin, and it's the back fin is actually, if we put the two bases together, it's the slightest bit smaller. So I don't know if I've got the bases right on the base, but the back fin might be the slightest bit like smaller than the right and left fin. So the middle fin is definitely like that smaller fin. What like a lot of shapers have realized is even just having it a bit smaller allows it to release more on certain turns that you want to pull. I know a lot of guys who ride this as their go-to fin set, so I would recommend that if you like the accelerators in the FCS2 series and you happen to have purchased a Futures board, this is like kind of very similar. The template feels very similar, but I always like the drive because of the base of Futures. I've always liked Futures better because of that drive you get from this like bigger base in the fin, which FCS, because it clicks in all the way, you lose a bit of that drive. FCS is also very good for other reasons, so they both have their pros and cons. We'll get into a video and talk about the pros and cons of Futures and FCS in a later video, and there are many to discuss. But yeah, this is part of the evolution of surfing. It's best to start with a neutral template as it offers a good balance between raked and a pivot fin. And it doesn't do anything weird. It just, you get a really good feel for the board. This particular F6 Neutral Legacy Series template is a good template to try if you're wondering what fins would go best in the future series. And then you can work your way up. My personal favourites are, I have this and AM2s. I used to have John Johns, but I kind of felt these were a bit better in the smaller stuff. So if I'm riding like a Pyzel Phantom, for example, which I've only tried a couple times, but I love that board, I would put like a neutral series template in, like the Legacy series, to get maximum drive in the smaller waves. Anyway, that's the review. I can highly recommend these fins, and I just put the third fin back on the table. But yeah, this is a great starting fin set, and also a great all-round fin set from waves ranging between 1 to 6 foot, 1 to 5 foot. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll have some maybe some surfing clips as well on this from like sessions with the neutral template on the Pyzel and the Lost rehash videos. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Straightforward reviews.